A good morning/afternoon/evening, everyone. I want you to say something with me right now. I'm going to win. Say it like you mean it. I'm going to win. Because winning isn't just something that happens to lucky people. It's not reserved for the gifted or the chosen ones. Winning is a decision, and today you're going to make that decision. Let me tell you something. Life isn't going to hand you a victory. It's going to test you. It's going to ask, how bad do you really want this? And your answer needs to be more than anything. See, the people who win in life, they don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait for permission. They decide. And when you decide, you have to do what winners do. You burn the boats. No escape routes, no backup plans, no, well, if this doesn't work, I'll just settle. Settling is not an option. Some of you might be thinking, but what if I fail? Let me tell you something. Failure is a lie. Failure is just feedback. You take what didn't work, you adjust, and you go again and again and again until you win. You see, the game isn't won by the person who never falls. It's won by the person who gets up the fastest. The person who refuses to stay down. And here's the truth. You have everything you need to win. It's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. Winners don't sit around waiting. They create the opportunity. They step up. They take massive action. If you want to win, you've got to own your mornings. Own your mindset. Stop filling your mind with excuses and start feeding it power. Winners talk to themselves differently. They don't say, I hope I win. They say, I will win. I must win. I'm going to win. So here's my challenge to you from this moment on. Act like a winner. Talk like a winner. Walk like a winner. Show up like a winner. Because when you do that every single day, when you attack life with that level of hunger, you make winning inevitable. Look at the person next to you and tell them, I'm going. And now, say it one more time for yourself with everything you've got. I'm going to win, because you will. The power of decision is the foundation of every great achievement in life. It is the invisible force that separates those who merely wish for success from those who demand it from themselves. A real decision is not just an idea or a passing thought. It is a commitment, a deep, unshakable choice that leaves no room for retreat. When you truly decide, you cut off all other possibilities. The Latin root of the word decision literally means to cut off. That means when you decide, there is no turning back. You don't kind of want it. You don't sort of commit. You don't tell yourself, I'll try. You declare, this is happening no matter what. Most people never tap into their true potential because they hesitate. They leave doors open. They entertain doubt. They hold on to backup plans. And that hesitation is what kills momentum. When you hesitate, you invite fear. When you hesitate, you give yourself permission to quit. But when you decide, truly decide, something inside of you shifts. It's no longer a question of if you will succeed. The only question left is how. And when that's your focus, you find the way forward. Think about the most successful people in the world. They were not necessarily the smartest, the richest, or the most talented when they started, but they made a decision to succeed and they refused to accept anything less. They committed before they had all the answers. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They didn't let fear stop them. They decided. And because of that decision, they took action. That's the secret. All power comes from decision and action. People often say, I don't know what to do, but the truth is they just haven't decided yet. Clarity doesn't come before decision, it comes because of decision. When you commit to something fully, your mind finds a way to make it happen. You see solutions where you once saw obstacles. You attract the right people, the right resources, and the right opportunities, but none of that happens if you remain stuck in indecision. Most people stay trapped in the same patterns because they keep making the same half-hearted choices. They tell themselves they want to lose weight, but they never truly decide to change their habits. They say they want to start a business, but they never fully commit to taking action. They live in a constant cycle of hesitation, excuses, and regret. But the moment you break free from that cycle, the moment you decide with absolute certainty, everything changes. A real decision requires belief. It requires trust in yourself, in your vision, and in your ability to figure things out along the way. It's not about having all the answers up front. It's about making a choice so strong that you refuse to stop until you get there. When you decide, you take control of your life, and when you take control, you win. There comes a moment in life when the only way forward is total commitment. No backup plans, no safety nets, no escape routes, just an all-in, unstoppable pursuit of victory. This is the mindset of champions, of warriors, of those who refuse to settle for anything less than success. The concept of burning the boats comes from history's boldest leaders, men who arrived on enemy shores, ordered their ships to be set on fire, and sent a clear message to their troops. There is no turning back. We win or we die trying. That level of commitment changes everything. Most people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or resources, but because they leave themselves an easy way out. They tell themselves, if this doesn't work, I can always go back to my old job, or I'll give it a shot, but if it gets too hard, I'll quit. That kind of thinking weakens you. It drains your focus and robs you of the hunger necessary to push through obstacles. When you know you have a way out, you're never fully invested. You'll hesitate, you'll second guess, and at the first sign of difficulty, you'll retreat. Burning the boats means removing the option to fail. It forces you to find a way to succeed because there's simply no alternative. It's the entrepreneur who quits their job and goes all in on their business, knowing that failure isn't an option. It's the athlete who trains like their life depends on it, because in their mind it does. It's the person who commits to transforming their health, not with half-hearted attempts, but with an unshakable decision that nothing will stop them. When you cut off retreats, something shifts inside of you. Your mind becomes razor sharp, your instincts heighten, and you develop a level of resilience you never knew you had. Some people think burning the boats is reckless. They say it's too risky. But the truth is, the greater risk is living a life of mediocrity, never pushing yourself to see what you're truly capable of. Playing it safe doesn't lead to greatness. It leads to regret. The people who achieve massive success are not the ones who had the easiest path. They're the ones who had no choice but to make it work. They weren't lucky. They were committed at a level most people never reach. The moment you burn the boats, your brain stops looking for escape routes and starts focusing on solutions. You stop wondering if it will happen and start figuring out how to make it happen. Fear loses its power over you because fear thrives on uncertainty, and there's no uncertainty when failure is no longer an option. Every great achievement in history was built on this level of commitment. The question is, are you willing to go all in? Are you willing to remove the option of retreat and force yourself to rise to your highest potential? Because when you do, you will discover a strength within you that is absolutely unstoppable. Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. It can be your greatest weapon or your biggest limitation. And the difference lies in whether you control it or let it control you. Every single result in your life, success, your failures, your happiness, your struggles, you trace back to the way you think. The people who win at the highest level are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented, but they have mastered their mindset. They have learned to rewire their thoughts, eliminate negativity, and program themselves for success. Most people walk through life unaware of the power their thoughts hold. They react to situations instead of controlling their responses. They let fear dictate their decisions. They allow doubt, excuses, and old beliefs to shape their actions. They say things like, I'm just not lucky, or I don't think I'm good enough. And because they believe it, they make it their reality. But the truth is, your mind believes whatever you repeatedly tell it. You constantly feed it fear, it will find reasons to be afraid. If you constantly focus on problems, you will see nothing but obstacles. But when you condition your mind for success, when you train it to expect victory, you will begin to see opportunities everywhere. Mastering your mindset starts with taking control of the words you speak to yourself every day. Winners do not entertain thoughts of failure. They don't say, I hope I win. They declare, I will win. They don't wake up thinking, I hope today is good. They decide today is going to be a great day no matter what. This isn't about false positivity. It's about directing your focus. Your brain is wired to follow the dominant thoughts you feed it. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, your mind will find evidence to prove you right. But if you tell yourself you're unstoppable, your brain will start looking for ways to make that true. Another key to mastering your mindset is controlling what you allow into your mind. Most people consume negativity all day long. News filled with fear, social media filled with comparison, conversations filled with complaints. They don't realize that what they focus on, they feel. If you constantly absorb negativity, your mind becomes conditioned to expect struggle. But if you surround yourself with inspiration, if you flood your mind with powerful ideas, if you consume content that builds you up, you rewire your brain for success. The strongest minds belong to those who do not let emotions dictate their actions. They feel fear but move forward anyway. They face setbacks but refuse to quit. They don't let circumstances break them because they have trained themselves to stay in control. They understand that life will throw challenges their way, but instead of letting those challenges define them, they decide how to respond. And in that decision, they create their own reality. Because the moment you master your mind, you master your life. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve is action. Massive, relentless action. Most people spend their lives waiting. They wait for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or for someone to give them permission. But winners don't wait. They move. They act. They take bold steps forward even when they don't have all the answers. They understand that action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. If you want to win, you can't afford to sit still. You must be willing to push harder, move faster, and take more action than anyone else. Most people do just enough to feel like they're trying, but not enough to actually win. They put in effort when they feel like it. They work on their goals when it's convenient. But success doesn't come to those who work when they feel like it. Success comes to those who do what needs to be done no matter what. The people who achieve greatness don't operate based on emotions. They operate based on commitment. They show up every single day, whether they're motivated or not. They understand that consistency compounds, and the more action they take, the closer they get to their goal. There is no secret formula, only work. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't execute, they mean nothing. You can read every book, attend every seminar, and plan every step, but until you take massive, relentless action, you will stay exactly where you are. Winners don't wait until they feel ready because they know that ready never comes. They move first and they figure things out along the way. They understand that progress, not perfection, is the goal. They take imperfect action, adjust, learn, and keep moving. Relentless action means refusing to quit. It means attacking your goals with intensity even when things get hard. Too many people start strong but stop when they face resistance. They take a few steps forward, hit a challenge, and retreat. But the ones who win are the ones who push through. They see obstacles as part of the process, not as reasons to stop. They don't let failure discourage them. They let it fuel them. They keep moving, keep adjusting, keep grinding until they break through. The truth is, success is not reserved for a lucky few. It is earned by those who are willing to outwork, outlast, and outperform everyone else. It is claimed by those who refuse to slow down, who refuse to take their foot off the gas, who refuse to accept anything less than the best from themselves. Massive action doesn't mean doing what's comfortable. It means doing what's necessary. It means getting up earlier, staying later, pushing harder, and giving more than anyone expects. It means playing full out every single day with no excuses and no hesitation. When you move with that level of urgency, that level of intensity, that level of relentlessness, success becomes inevitable. Pain is one of life's greatest teachers, but most people try to avoid it. They run from discomfort, numb themselves from struggle, and hope that life will get easier. But the truth is, pain is not the enemy. It's the fuel. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has gone through pain, but instead of letting it break them, they used it to build themselves. The most powerful individuals in the world are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who took their suffering and turned it into strength. They didn't let pain define them. They used it to redefine themselves. Most people allow pain to stop them. They face failure, rejection, or hardship, and they give up. They tell themselves it's too hard, and they retreat. But winners take that pain and turn it into energy. They use every setback as motivation to push harder. They don't see challenges as reasons to quit. They see them as opportunities to grow. Every struggle becomes a lesson. Every loss becomes wisdom. And every hardship becomes a stepping stone to something greater. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the presence of pain, it's what they do with it. Pain has two choices. It can destroy you or it can drive you. The people who reach the highest levels of success are the ones who decide to let pain push them forward instead of pull them back. They take every heartbreak, every failure, every moment of suffering, and they use it as leverage. They say, because of this pain, I will rise. Because of this struggle, I will grow stronger. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves because they know that pain is a signal. It's a call to action. It's telling them to move, to change, to evolve. Some of the greatest success stories in history were born from pain. The athlete who was told they weren't good enough and trained twice as hard. The entrepreneur who lost everything and built an empire from the ground up. The person who faced rejection over and over again but refused to quit. These people didn't avoid pain. They embraced it. They let it shape them into something greater. They understood that pain was not happening to them. It was happening for them. When you shift your mindset and see pain as power, you become unstoppable. You stop fearing failure because you know it's just part of the process. You stop avoiding discomfort because you understand that growth only happens outside your comfort zone. You start to welcome challenges because you know they are making you stronger. The pain you experience today is preparing you for the victory of tomorrow. But only if you use it. Only if you decide that no matter what happens, you will not let pain break you. You will use it to build the strongest version of yourself. Because the ones who win in life are not the ones who never struggled. They are the ones who learn to turn their pain into power.